Just sign here. The last words we hear before we are locked into a world of stress, obligations, and unpleasant surprises. A contract is a legally binding agreement, a mutual understanding between two parties, a union that involves compromise and should ideally benefit everyone, and yet somehow whenever we sign a contract, it is often followed by feelings of doubt and worry. Hello, I'm Joe McLean. You're listening to Contract Killers, a show where we interview those with amazing and outrageous stories. Stories of how neglecting to read the fine print, or agreeing too readily to terms and conditions in contracts they've signed, has turned their lives upside down. In today's advancing society, Contract Killers shines a light on the ridiculousness of client-contract misunderstandings. Today in the studio, we'll be talking with mentalist James E. Ha, as well as a woman from my building who's going to school to become a nurse. But first, a graduate of law at the University of Columbia, professor at NYU, and author of several books, including his latest, that's not what I meant, Professor Aaron Eaves joins us. Professor Eaves, thanks for volunteering to come on the show.
Yes. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, Professor, I have some questions about your book, but first, I guess I should ask...
Just earlier there, did you say volunteering?
I'm sorry?
Just like a moment ago you said, thanks for volunteering on the show. I am still getting paid, no?
Paid?
Okay, don't yank me on this. You sent my agent a letter saying that you wanted to have me on your critically acclaimed show, and so I'd never heard of it, but that's no problem. I'm getting paid. That's good. So I drove up here only to find out halfway through my drive that my per diem was nothing more than a book of coupons. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then I arrive, and after paying for my own gas and my own food, I go to the hotel only to discover that there was no room booked for me. Okay, now I show up here to this co-op rental space you call a studio to find out that your quote-unquote show is a operation, and I am hoping against all hope that my $800 honorarium is somewhere around here. Do not yank me on this.
Well, I hope so too. Professor, I must say I am confused by all of this.
You're confused. Wasn't it you who sent my agent the letter?
I sent a letter, yes.
And didn't that letter explain the details of my accommodations? How they would be taken care of?
Well, I don't recall what the letter said.
Okay, you don't? You don't? Okay, well, don't worry, because I made a copy and I printed it out in the lobby, and I'm just going to take it out here, and here, right here. Guests of Contract Killers may give honorariums they receive to charity or have the check made out to them directly.
Well, that's not a check from me.
What do you mean it's not from you? There's no one else here. Who else runs the show here? It's just you.
It's me, but I just thought in case a fan wanted to donate
some
money.
A fan wanted to donate.
Fans?
You have no fans. You're and you're yanking me.
I can't say I know what you mean by yanking.
You spoke to my agent and the publisher on the phone, rerouted my book tour by convincing them that this podcast was worthwhile, and it was paid, and there would be a studio audience, and there is none of that. There is none of that.
I don't think I put it like that.
You know you put it like that. You know you put it like that.
I don't think I would have said studio audience.
Where's my money?
This is sort of a studio... Listen, this sort of reminds me of a part in your book.
I'm not talking about my new book with you.
Why?
Why? Because you're a liar.
Hey.
Where is my money?
That's mean. Come on.
Oh, forget this. Forget it. I'm out of here. Even the name of this podcast is misleading. Contract Killers. Come on.
Contract Killers is brought to you by giffgaff. Are you tired of misunderstandings with bigwig phone companies telling you what to do? Are you frustrated with a phone contract that has hidden fees and makes no sense? giffgaff is a SIM card-based mobile phone network that's run by its members. There are no contracts, no call centers, no obligations, no penalties. giffgaff is simple, cheap, and straightforward. giffgaff, the mobile network run by you.
Doing with the knob here? Is there some special technique?
You gotta turn it the other way and lift it. It's
turn it which way? Like
left.
To the left?
Well, like
I feel like I was
left.
turning it to the left.
No, from the top to the left.
To the top
like,
to the left.
The bottom's right. It's a knob.
And then lift?
and then lift.
Ah, there we go.
You got
Thank
it.
you. Thank
Hey,
you.
can you wait? Before you go, can you sign my book?
Yeah, there's no way.
Come on.
Nope. I'll sign your ass.
Hey. Well, next on the show,